Welcome back to another episode of SMS Games Talk, and this is PlayStation and Xbox Remote Play. So I'm going to watch the trailer for both of them and then give my honest review and opinion on using both of them. So we're going to start off with the Xbox Remote Play first. Well, he isn't. That looks uncomfortable, especially with the iPad. There's no controller required. Your fingers are covering half the screen on it. Even the buttons cover that side menu a bit too. Even your hands do. I don't like that. I don't like that no control required thing. I'd rather take the controls. Your fingers are covering half the screen. It's uncomfortable. Well, I'd imagine the buttons that will leave on the screen. Okay. Waiting for their little logo. There it is. Alright, then we're going to get into the PlayStation Remote Play. Screen, you're not getting fingerprints on it. I reckon that's a lot better. Just in my opinion. See, I have the Backbone 1, but I've got the Xbox edition of the Xbox
PlayStation.
There it is. I'm just going to leave it on that screen for now. So, PlayStation versus Xbox's Remote Play. I'm going to start off with Xbox's. I've used their Remote Play quite a bit. And I've been using PlayStation and Xbox's Remote Play on and off for the past year and a half. So I have good experience with it. I've had some trouble with Xboxes though. I've had a lot of dropouts, a lot of latency, a lot of lag, a lot of pixelation with using Xbox's Remote Play. And every time, one of the major issues that I've bumped into as well is not every time, but most times, I say probably 7 to 8 times out of 10, every time I go to connect to Xbox's Remote Play, even if I've recently in the past week just linked my Xbox up, it always tells me my Xbox is not linked up to my Xbox account. And it's very annoying because every time I go to play it, and how I play it, I've got an iPhone XS Max. And I've got an iPhone 15 Pro Max, but I play it on my iPhone XS Max. And the reason why I play it on my XS Max instead of my 15 is because the Backbone 1 has the Lightning port. So that's why I do that. And almost every time I've linked up to Xbox's Remote Play, it always tells me that my Xbox is not linked. And it's very annoying too because PlayStation Remote Play doesn't do that. And then when I do connect, I feel like I can have a really strong, a really good Wi-Fi home connection, and it will still have some latency or still have some lag. It will still be pixelated, and it will still come up. And it's just, I've had these issues, and this is just my opinion and just my personal take on it. Some people may have had better experience with Xbox's Remote Play over PlayStation's, but I've just experienced these problems with Xboxes though. So my whole thing is, I connect to it, it always tells me my console is not connected. You know, even if I've been a week out and literally just gone a week without playing it on remote play, hook my backbone up to my iPhone, and then I always have to go back and link it. Like, it just ruins the fun because, you know, I'm in the mood to play Forza or Halo or something, and it just always tells me it's not linked. And I've linked it in the past week. I linked it in the past 2 weeks. I don't know if anybody else bumps into those issues, but that's the major issue with Xbox's remote play, is that it's not as good because of the pixelation and because the connection just times out, you know, and not times out in terms of the Wi-Fi drops or like you lose the connection directly. I have had quite a bit of connection loss though in the past year or a bit, and just I've had all these issues and problems with Xbox's remote play. You know, when it works, when I'm sitting there in front of my Xbox, it works very well. But when I'm away from my Xbox, the whole point is to be halfway across the world and this still work. And I feel like Xbox's connections to that just is not as good. But when I get on the PlayStation's remote play, there is 3 ways that I play my remote play, or that I used to anyway. Now I've just down to 2. There is on my iPhone, on my PlayStation 4, and on my PlayStation Portal. On my phone, the connection's not as strong, even if you've got a good Wi-Fi connection to your console and even to your phone. And some people may be thinking with the Xbox remote play, one of the issues I could be bumping into is that I'm not putting my Xbox into rest mode. I do put it into the equivalent of I do put my Xbox in the rest mode. So when it goes turn off console, I've gone into power, saving options and all the rest of it on my Xbox. I've already set it up so then it's in rest mode. So when it goes turn off console, really it's not turning it off. It's just putting it in Xbox's equivalent to PlayStation's rest mode. So it's not like I'm disconnecting the plug from the AC power port and turning my console off completely and expecting it to work. No. I am putting it in to Xbox's equivalent version of PlayStation's rest mode. I am doing that. So my console's not off. So there's no reason why it should just completely unlink from my account on my app all the time. It's very frustrating and it's very annoying, and it takes you out of the moment and it takes you out of the fun because I have to go home, I relink it up, and then a week or so later, I go back to using Xbox's remote play and it's just unlinked again. And it's very annoying. It's very, very frustrating and very, very annoying. Because it takes you out of the moment. You're in that, I want to play Xbox, I want to play Forza, Halo, I want to just play God of War or anything on Xbox, and you can't. Like, I played Dead Island 2 on there, and it gets very frustrating and very annoying because I feel like the only way I can play my Xbox is by playing my Xbox. I've got a PlayStation 5 digital edition, the base model, so just the normal one, not a Slim, not a Pro, and I've got an Xbox One Series S. And they're updated regularly. They're also in the options as well when they are both in rest mode to update in the background as well. So do automatic updates. That's all on both PlayStation and my Xbox. They're both set to do that. Download stuff and also download or like automatic downloads and automatic updates while they're in the power saving options of rest mode on both my Xbox and PlayStation. So that's not an issue. The updates are still running in rest mode. That's not the issue. It's just some other issue with the Xbox remote play. I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe I should jump on Reddit and ask. Anyway, so I play the PlayStation remote play on my phone. The connection is not as good, and I've experienced 1 or 2 dropouts on my phone, and also pixelation, the connection is not as stable. On my PlayStation 4, it is better. It's actually quite a lot better, because when you use the PS5 remote play app on your PS4, essentially turning your PS4 into your PS5 and then listening to Sony Airlines go off in the background because you're running it off a PS4. Surprised you can even hear the gameplay with how loud those bloody things go off. Anyway, or Sony Airlines. the jumbo jet of the PS4 going off. And it's like using your PS5 with an incredibly annoying sound or a jet engine in the background. Anyway, it starts off all pixelated because it's trying to establish the connection properly once it's connected. And you have to wait like 1 or 2 minutes for it to connect. So this is home Wi-Fi to home Wi-Fi. So where my PlayStation 4 is sitting to where my PlayStation 5 is sitting is 2 separate locations, by the way. And it actually works pretty good. Once it gets past like it's 1 or 2 minutes of being a bit pixelated, it goes clear. And it actually works pretty good. The only thing is when you're using a DualShock controller instead of a DualSense controller, so the PS4 controller, and your remote play, it feels different. It does. It feels a bit different. So I feel like there is a little bit of a delay on the controllers, maybe like a 1, 2 to 3 millisecond type delay, like maybe a 1 second delay on the controls. Like there is a bit of a time delay on the controls using the PS4 controller over the PS5. So that's what I've noticed. Remote playing off my PS4 is using the PS4 controller. It feels a little bit off. Like I get used to it. After, probably about 5-10 minutes, I get used to it, but you can still definitely feel the difference, and you can still, I guess it's just because I'm not used to it anymore. When I'm playing my PS4 all the time, then I guess it wouldn't be an issue. Like, if I went a full week of using remote play off my PS4 to my PS5, then I would get used to using the PS4 controller a lot more. That's a bit of, like, not an issue, but just something that I've noticed. And then I use the third way is on the PlayStation Portal. And I'm going to make a separate video on the PlayStation Portal reviewing that, because I've had that for over a year now. Since practically I got it like 2 months after release. So almost a year, I think, at this point. Anyway, I've used it for a lot of months, is what I'm trying to say. So, on my PlayStation Portal, it's really good. It's pretty good. I haven't experienced it. I experienced one dropout since I've had it. One Wi-Fi connection dropout loss, and it doesn't get all pixelated. Like, sometimes it may come up with the little your connection's gonna drop out, little warning thing that comes up on your screen. But it doesn't actually. It just sort of gets a bit pixelated and clears up. That's all I really get on the Portal. Because I feel like the UI is built for it. Like on PS4 and on the PlayStation Portal, like it's just, especially the Portal, it is specifically built for that purpose. It's not like a PS Vita or anything like that. It's purposely built for that. So the UI, the chip in it, is going to be probably the best way to go over playing it on your PS4, remote playing on your PS4 or on your phone. So PlayStation Portal definitely gets the win for that one. When Xbox's remote play works, it does work very well when it works. But when it starts to get scrappy and have some issues, it gets annoying. It takes you out of the game. It takes you out of the moment. And it is very frustrating. So I do say PlayStation remote play is better than Xbox's. And also in the trailer that you saw for Xbox's remote play, why would you sit there with a tablet or an iPad in bed and be like holding it up and not using a controller and just use your hands and stuff? It looks like it would be a massive strain on your wrists. And even as I was saying, through the Xbox's remote play trailer, that looks, 1, extremely uncomfortable. 2, fingerprints would be getting all over your phone all the time, unless you've got one of those fingerprint cases for your tablet, iPad or iPhone, or like Samsung, like for your phone in general, whether you're running off Apple, Samsung or Android. But I'm just saying, you would get fingerprints, like, you'd be smudging the screen like crazy. And then you got that lady sitting on the park bench in the Xbox remote play trailer. Wouldn't you get the sun on that and stuff? Wouldn't it get very frustrating and very annoying? Like, to me, it's, I don't know, I just wouldn't, like, they're all promoting it, no controller required. And I'm just thinking, nah, I'd rather go for a controller. So PlayStation remote play for the win on that one. And I would definitely recommend the PlayStation Portal, but I'm gonna talk about that in the next video. And also, the closest that I feel Xbox has gotten to a handheld device, and it's not even their specific thing, and that is the Backbone One. And like when you're using the Backbone One, it is way more comfortable. It's way more better. Now, as I said, you can link a controller up to it, so you can link your Xbox controller up to it, even though they're promoting it as no controller required. It means that it's not required to play, but you can if you want to. And when on the Backbone One, I'm going to tell you, it feels very comfortable. It feels very good. The quality of the Backbone One, it just suits. It goes very good. So when Xbox's remote play is working for me, and the connection's decent and it's not dropping out and doing any of this other stuff, it feels very comfortable. It feels very good to be able to use that Backbone One Xbox edition, and to be able to just sit there very comfortable. Like, it works very well. So the way that I do it is, if I'm away, like if I'm staying at a hotel or at a different location or something like that, staying away from home, I will definitely use the Backbone One, and I'll also use, I've got three. I've got the Backbone One Xbox edition, so I'll just put my iPhone XS Max in the Backbone One, slot it in there so I can play Xbox. I've got my Nintendo Switch, the Lite, so it's the Nintendo Switch Lite, or as I like to call it, Nintendo Switch 2 Lite. And then I've also got the PlayStation Portal. So I've got Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation down pat when I'm away. So it's my PlayStation Portal, my Nintendo Switch, and my Backbone One for my Xbox. That's what I'm using. When I'm at home, so when I'm at my second house in the country, I PlayStation remote play off my PS4, and then I just use the Nintendo Switch and the Backbone One still. So, and at my second house in the country, I've also got, my PS3, PS2, Xbox 360, and PS4 consoles too. So, I've definitely making sure that if I'm at my actual house, I've got my PlayStation 5, my Xbox One Series S. I go to my second house in the country, I've got my PlayStation 2, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, I've got my Nintendo Switch, the Backbone One for my Xbox, and I've also got the PlayStation Portal if I need it. I know everyone's looking at me like, you've definitely saturated yourself in console stuff, so you are more than prepared not to be bored. Yeah. And I always make sure too that I've got a charging station set up. So that's also, and even when I travel, I have a charging station, portable charger that can double as a wireless charger for my iPhone. It doubles as you can charge USB A, C, Android, anything. So, I've definitely got, as long as I've got a USB-C wall charger, so a brick and a USB-C cable, so then I can recharge my portable battery charger, then I'm good. I made sure that I can charge all my portable handheld stuff, and even my iPhone XS Max that attaches to my Backbone One. So, as I like to call myself, and I go very close to the microphone here and go, bogan nerd. But even though I bogan nerd it, I still definitely saturate myself in console life. Right, is like a neon sign that I need, because like gaming life and console life and stuff, it's like you got all these PC gamers, and the thing that I love about PC is that modding is so easy. So for everyone who understands how to do that, and people say, modding is easy once you know how to do it. I don't know anything about that, so to me it just seems like you have to be a science nerd or someone who knows exactly what you're doing. And some modding can be difficult depending on what you're doing, but I'm definitely no PC gamer. I'm definitely 100% a console gamer and handheld console gamer. It's just a wonder I haven't got the Steam Deck, because everyone's saying how great that is, and I don't know. I feel like I've got everything I need though. That's the reason why I don't get the Steam Deck, is because I feel like I've got PlayStation Portal, I've got the Nintendo Switch, I've got the Backbone One for my Xbox. I don't need the Steam Deck. It's one of those things, but yeah, definitely look, PlayStation Remote Play for the win. When Xbox's remote play does work, it works very well. So it's one of these things where when it doesn't work at all. It unlinks, you're having dropouts, you're having latency lag, or you're having the pixelation, the Wi-Fi connections, drops and is not as strong as it should be. And everyone says that's down to your Wi-Fi connection. Trust me, I've got strong Wi-Fi connection in both locations. Where I'm doing the remote play from and where my console is sitting can be really good Wi-Fi and I still have issues. So it's not down to the Wi-Fi. I've been at a hotel that's had over 200. And when I run the internet connection, the test, right? The Wi-Fi test to see how fast the upload and download is, I've been over 200 there at the hotel, right? And at home, I get over 200 at home. You're getting like 500 at home. 500, 600, even close to 7, 8 sometimes. So the connection at home's really good. And then when I'm getting over 200 where I'm staying, so it's not the Wi-Fi that's bad. It's the app itself or just how it's connecting up. It's just, for some reason, it's just dropping out or just losing something somewhere and unlinking my Xbox to my Xbox account on the app. It's very annoying and frustrating. But when it works very well. So as I was saying, it's one of these things where when it doesn't work, it's very frustrating. It's very much takes you out of the moment and out of the game. It frustrates you, but when it works very well. And it's, for what it's worth, Xbox Remote Play is still worth it if it works for you. For me, I feel like I should just give it more of a chance because it's been on PlayStation Remote Play all the time because of Xbox's issues I've had with them. But I should also give Xbox's Remote Play, I do believe, more of a chance where I have a longer run with it instead of trying it a couple of times and then just saying, nah, stuff this, right, and then giving up altogether. I should give it more of a chance. But in doing so and saying so, my honest opinion is PlayStation's Remote Play, my Metacritic score out of 10 has to be an 8 out of 10. It could be a bit better, even though I haven't experienced real dropouts or whatever. On PlayStation Portal, I'm not going to say it's a 10 out of 10. I'm not going to say it's perfect. I'm going to say 9 or a 9.5. It's almost perfect, not quite. But it's still like a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10 on PlayStation Portal. On an iPad, a tablet, a laptop, or running it on PS4, it's a 7 out of 10. Xbox's Remote Play, look, I give it a 5 out of 10 because of the issues that I've had, but I also, you know what, I'm gonna be a little bit more generous. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because when it works, it does work very well. So PlayStation's Remote Play actually is, well, if I take the PlayStation Portal, you know what, let me say that again. PlayStation's Remote Play in a whole is 8 out of 10. Xbox's Remote Play is a 6 out of 10. So, do I recommend Xbox's Remote Play? Absolutely. I'm not crapping on it completely. I'm not ragging on it completely, saying, no, don't try it, it's the worst thing ever, it's a piece of... I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, for what it's worth, I would rather PlayStation's Remote Play because it's a lot more reliable, especially on the Portal. But Xbox's Remote Play works very well. That's just down to what my opinion is. But when it doesn't work, it's trash and it ain't worth it, and it's not worth shit, right? But when it does work, it's worth a whole lot. So that's how if I was to say PlayStation's Remote Play versus Xbox's Remote Play, that's just my honest opinions and my thoughts on it and my own experiences with reviewing it. But some people may have had the complete opposite. Some people may say PlayStation's Remote Play is trash. I'm experiencing dropouts all the time. Even on the Portal, it's not that great. Xbox's Remote Play is a shit ton more reliable than PlayStation will ever be. It's just down to personal opinion, and it's also down to personal experience with it too. So I'm just giving off my opinion. I'm just giving off my experience with it. Everyone experiences it differently, but I don't know if some people have had the same issues with Xbox's Remote Play as I have. But again, it's just down to your own experiences and your own opinions and what you've been through with it. So, it's just my hot take on it and just how it's been for me. So, Anyway, thank you for watching this episode of SMS Real Talk Mentality, where my mentality, not mentality, was SMS Games Talk. I got too many YouTube channels. Bear with me with that. SMS Games Talk, sorry. Thank you for watching this episode of SMS Games Talk. And if you're not streaming it, it ain't worth shit. This is Xbox and PlayStation Remote Play review. And as always, take care, guys.